All right, Daniel, I mean, it's almost been about a year since we first connected, and I know when we first connected, you were just getting started with WISANA and really getting the ball rolling with it. Could you have imagined a year ago that you'd be here today with all of this going on and in this conference room with all these people, all these companies?
No. This past week's been like a lot of reflection on just how grateful I am to experience number one this medicine and have it heal me, and then hopefully try to carry that message to other people. But yeah, it's pretty crazy. Like, I'm from a small town in King City, Ontario, man.
A little overwhelming, right?
Yeah, it's definitely overwhelming. Just because it means so much to me, and then you have such a opportunity to build something that is totally nascent, and be able to add things to it, right, to help with like the person experience, which is it's really cool, man. Once in a lifetime, once in 100 years,
Yeah, I mean, that's what it's about. I mean, I feel like we're all a part of something that is a once in a lifetime opportunity and experience. And I know for you and the work you're doing with WISANA, your passion just comes through. I was there listening, with your panel up there with Mike Tyson, and it was just, you spoke so well. How have you found the reception in terms of WISANA and the work that you guys are doing with TBIs?
Good. People are, I think that, we have to do a better job of communicating how drugs get developed. So we've put a marketing strategy together where I'm going to educate people on things like Tylenol and things like pharmaceuticals and the path to getting approvals and what that means for our space. But I mean, it's, the panel went well. Like, Mike was in good spirits, and I was in good spirits, and it's just nice. It's really nice to be around people again,
I know.
So
a little overwhelming, but
yeah, that's exciting. And I just think that this space has so much to offer. I think that with how much this means to me, this journey, I think that hopefully people hear that, and then with it being so new, and really there's no pathway forward yet, right? Until MAPS gets approval. Until that happens, it's really just a lot of problem solving, and that's the exciting part. It's like we get to figure this out.
And we do it all together.
Yeah, exactly.
Speaking of MAPS, I thought it was a cool moment when you were up there speaking. You gave them some recognition, saying that we're all here because of the work that they've done.
The only reason we're here.
Yeah, absolutely. So what is the collaboration? I mean, what does that mean to you? What does that mean to WISANA to be able to collaborate with MAPS?
Well, I mean, from a moral compass, ethical standpoint, it's everything. That's who we are as a company. We want to put a seal on the way that this medicine gets delivered, with a person focus, right? With insurance remuneration, like with supporting people through Medicaid, Medicare. Like, that's how you build something that's real. And that's something that big healthcare will be interested in. Why, like, I just can't envision doing it with anybody else. Like, me and Rick were laughing over here because it was almost 3 years ago to the day that I went to a soap event at a mansion in Pittsburgh, 30 minutes outside of it in the middle of January, and that's where I met him. And I just started this journey. I was like 4 months in, and I told him my story, and he's the one who gave me the confidence that I could do this, and so then to come full circle with that partnership, with the opportunity that we have to build community in our clinics, through our clinics, with MAPS, who's proven that they can do it. It's, and then have a new indication with them, treating TBI much faster than our psilocybin program. It's everything. It's amazing.
Yeah, I think it's going to accelerate everything and move things forward
for sure,
very effectively. I want to talk also about the partnership with Mike Tyson. I mean, you guys have a great rapport. I can tell, natural rapport. But what is the partnership with him? And him coming on board here with WISANA. What has that meant to WISANA, being able to sort of get the word out for the company?
Yeah, I mean, when you're talking about something that's as highly stigmatized as psychedelic medicine and Schedule I compounds, you better have a damn good plan for how you're going to communicate that to the public. How do you break through stigma? The only way that I know how to do that is either through musicians or through athletes, and that's how you shift the ideas of pop culture. And if you have two guys that you've seen fight that were totally different people before we found this medicine and now are completely changed, it's a good example. Like I think about all of the suicide that we have with men our age, right? Like, and think about that community that we can impact that. Like if these guys are talking about it, maybe I can talk about it. You know? So Mike's been instrumental and he has the most passionate following that I've ever seen. So for the whole industry, it's really important.
Yeah, no, it really is. And when we talk about, you know, helping to remove that stigma that's tied, you know, to psychedelics, I've noticed one thing, and I got to ask, is it strategic? You describe psychedelics as medicine, which I think is great because that's ultimately what it is. But I mean, is that something you're consciously doing, describing it as medicine so that we're helping to remove that stigma that's tied to psychedelics?
I take my medicine every morning.
Absolutely.
I'm on my medicine right now.
I love it.
It's this psilocybin, magic mushrooms specifically, I tried to communicate that today on my panel, has an inherent intelligence to it. It is called a technology by Native Americans because that's exactly what it is. We have to, you know, shepherd that in a way that is communicated correctly. This is a medicine. You do not take this. You can take it unintentionally, have a great time at a concert, for sure. I still advocate for that. Like, it's great. But when you have something that you need to confront or figure out, you can take this medicine and it will help you do that. So there's aspects that, even though I call it a medicine because it is a medicine, we are medicalizing it.
Right.
I think it's to help break through that stigma.
Right.
You know? I don't know. I really don't know when I started doing that, to be honest with you. But every morning I wake up and I say something, right, before I take it, and it's with intention. As long as it's with intention.
It is, and I think that's what
results.
it's part of it. It is the intention, you know, and using it as medicine is part of the intention, part of that process. So I love it.
Yeah.
Last question. Obviously, 2021 has been a wild year. I think a lot has happened. I think you guys have made some terrific progress this year. What is your own, when you look back on it, what are some of the highlights of the year so far, and what are you most excited for here as we wind down 2021 and get ready to transition into 2022?
I think founding the company.
Yeah.
You know, learning business and executing and learning about drug development and now clinics, and that's been a really fun exercise. Because we can address it.
Yeah.
You know, we can address the holes. The fact that we have a partnership with the World Boxing Council, that we're working with Mike, we're working with athletes, we're working with MAPS. I can't really like pinpoint one. I'm just enjoying the journey. You know, it's stressful. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
This isn't all, you know, it's not all butterflies and flowers. It's really hard days, long nights. Little to no weekends.
Right.
So I'm very conscious of the sacrifice that I'm making, but I can justify that to myself and to my family by hopefully the millions of people that we help. You know. So enjoying it all, man. I can't really pinpoint one.
And I think the sacrifices that you're making are going to be huge in terms of helping to change the lives of so many people. So you know, I appreciate what you're doing. I love the work and I love the passion that you bring to it. I think you're a wonderful voice for this space and for this industry. So I just want to thank you again for everything you're doing.
Buddy. Thanks for the kind words, man.
Likewise.
Thank you for what you're doing, man. You're giving everybody a platform.
Yeah, that's what we're here for.
To talk. So, and then people will make their own decisions.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah. I mean, it's all about presenting the facts and the information and letting them make their decision.
That's it, buddy.
Yeah.
Cool, man.
Cool.
Yeah.
Thanks again,
Thanks
Daniel.
for having me.